guys, I'm ready to give up the 1 o'clock slot and just go live whenever I want to go live. How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. It's a Monday. What is that? I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but I don't know what that was. Anyway, so let me open up my live. How many people are ready for Christmas crafting or done with their Christmas crafting? Where are you at in your Christmas crafting stuff? Do you like to Christmas craft in July and then like be done before November? Do you start in November? Do you start in December? When do you guys start your crafting time? All right. So, I hope everybody's adjusted to the time change. It feels so late in the day to me because normally it would have already been 1 o'clock. So, all right, I'm going to replicate this frame. I'm going to show y'all the frame. And, I don't know if I glued that down in there or not. I think I did. Anyway, and then we'll make this, we'll make a little background, and then we'll use some little stickers from a paper set. Maybe we'll use pattern paper for a background and then stickers for a scene. So I got all these stickers. It's like I got these paper packs I need to use. They're by Echo Park. This one is called My Favorite Christmas. It's this paper pack right here. Before I start pulling into this, I want to tell y'all something. If you don't have Echo Park paper packs, but you have a printer and you can afford to spend $2 to $3, you can buy a digital version and then just print it out yourself on your 8.5 by 11. And because you're printing it yourself, you can size it and resize it however you want. Like if you put it into your Cricut Design Space software, you can size it up and down. You can cut it out into shapes. You can do all kinds of things with it. Tonight I'm going to attempt to do the firmware update on my maker. And then maybe Wednesday or Thursday, we'll do a actual Cricut project. Maybe we'll make an angel or something like that. But I wanted to tell you about that snapclicksupply.com. So I'm going to show that to you on here. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go, for those that don't know, you go Snap, Click, Supply. Now, if you've been on my channel, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you already know about Snap Click Supply Company. Because, oh, Trixie, really? I thought you were going to stay over there. Because I talk about this every year, every so often. I'll open up chat in a minute and say hi to everybody who's coming in. But I wanted to show you this just in case you're somebody who doesn't. It's cheaper to do this. Okay, so anyway, you go to their place, right? And look, just like, all right, let's type in this paper pack to My Favorite Christmas. Let's see if they have it. Go Echo Park. My Favorite Christmas. And say go. And then search results for that. Brings it up. It gives us, look, the little words that go with it. This is all from these little things right here. They're the stickers. They're the files for the stickers, see? See that snowflake? See that sticker? When you buy the physical pack, you only got that little sticker. But for 99 cents, you can have the SVG if you want it. Or, instead of buying all these little, look, that ho, 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 that's on here. Where is that? These are like the sticker ones. Oh, it's right here. It's just in a different color. They're just advertising a different color, but there it is. Where's my paper? There it is right there. See? There's the SVG for it. With a sticker pack, with the physical paper, you get the one little sticker, that size, that's it. With the SVG file, you can make it any size you want. Make it any color you want. All right. And then you got the whole set of, you get all the sets and stuff. But that's not what I really want to show you. Look, so for $6.50, you get the mega collection. Right? But for $2 today, I don't know if they're going to be on sale that long, but look what you'll get for $2. Okay, you get 14 papers. So you get the 14 paper designs. Let's see if they'll show them individually. I guess not. So these are going to be the papers you get. You're going to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So these are going to be the ones you get. You get the red, the plaid. Look, you see that plaid? You can just print it out. The snowflakes. This is the cut-aparts. This has little ornaments. And I'll show these to you in the real size, but that you could print these out yourself, guys. See? And they have all kinds of different paper packs. This just happens to be the one I'm using. All right. So now that you know about that, snapclicksupply.com. I don't make any money for that. I just wanted everybody to know about it because, you know, not everybody can afford to go spend $14, $15. Hey, Lee. Hey, Denise. On a paper pack, plus the shipping. You know, it's like, it's not just the cost of the actual paper. It's the shipping, too. But if you buy the digital file, you have a printer and you buy the digital file, you can just print it out. And you don't have to have a Cricut to print it out. You just got to be able, because they don't come like an SVG. They come in like a, oh, I forget what files they come in. But anyway, so let me show you some of this paper real quick so that you can see what's in, what you could be printing at home. So like you got that one. That was another one that was in there. And you can size it and make them smaller if you wanted to, or bigger. And then the truck that was in there. Okay, here was the cut apart. These were the cut aparts. Now, if you've got a 12 by 12 printer, that's even better. But these can be done on an 8.5 by 11. I used to do them all the time. And then you got this paper here that if you look closely, it's got little ornaments and snowflakes and things all over. It's really pretty. And then this one has the holly. And if your printer prints two sides, then you can make your own double-sided paper too. Alright, and there's presents, and there's that plaid. I don't know what all papers, I don't remember all the ones. I don't remember if this one was one of the designs or not. But look at that. So, yeah, if you're wishing that you had these on hand, you can get these. You just gotta... I wish I could zoom away. Oh, come on. Every time I touch my camera, it does it. I think I'm almost in need of a new... Okay. Alright, this looks like people are chatting and I'm not seeing it. No, okay. Hi everyone, listening is working, cleaning, train, roll, stock wheels. Okay. Alright, so I already showed that. I'm going to ignore her and see if she'll just stop whining because... Look at the reindeers, those are cute. We got to pick, there's Santa Claus. We need to pick up paper out for our frame. I'm going to make a frame and stuff. Okay, I love this paper. Oh my gosh, I love this. I think those will make cute little shaker ornaments. Huh. Look at this. That would have been... Guys, do you know after I did all that work on making the craft roulette card that I completely forgot to upload it? For the last 2 weeks, I haven't uploaded And I would have hit my 52 mark if I'd done it the last 2 weeks. But there's always next week, right? I think we're going to use this for one of our backgrounds. Look, the reindeer sleigh rides. How cute is that? Make a little box around it. Let's put that aside. Then we got the Christmas trees. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. How lovely are thy branches. Alright, I'm trying to think what would make a good frame. I think that one dark plaid would be pretty. The red and black plaid would be pretty with that reindeer. Let's see. Oh, if you like poinsettias, there's pretty poinsettias. Denise, I wish I'd have remembered to give you a couple of them packs of paper that I had, so you had the physical paper on hand. Okay, I think I already showed this. These would, oh, that would be cute too. With lots of love, with lots of joy of every kind, may Merry Christmas come and bring gladness to your mind and happiness to your home. That's pretty. These are really pretty. It's really, I like this pattern, but it's not like one of my favorites, so that's good that it's on the cut apart, because then I won't mind messing up. I won't be wanting to use this and mess up my cut aparts. Alright, so I want like a red frame or that red and black. Let's see. I think this red frame's pretty. What is this? This is when I need my magnifying glass so I can see. I can't see what these are. I think they're like... Oh, they're ornaments and candles and gingerbread. And they're really faint, you know? It's like they're very faint. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. I'm looking in the chat to see if you tell me if you can see them or not. Anyway, anywho, okay, and we're back to the beginning. So let's find, and guys, I save, if you buy the physical papers, I save these sheets because you can use these, cut these apart and use these. It's taking me as long to weed these ornaments as it did to make the box. Oh my goodness. So guys, did you see the Advent calendar that I posted in a short video? Me and Denise got together and hung out. And we did some offline crafting together, which was so nice. You know, sometimes you just need to craft for yourself and not for the entire world. You just need to be crafting just to craft. And anyway, so I came across the, you guys know I love May May, and I'm trying to get Denise hooked on May May too. I think I am. Anyway, she made this, May May made, my brain ain't working. She made an Advent calendar village. Of course, I ended up being like, oh, I just shut that. I didn't want to shut that. I didn't want to close that. I just wanted to minimize it. Open that up. All right, go back down. Go back here. I want to go to my photos. That's not my photos. Where's my, here's my gallery. Oh, it ain't going to be in here because this ain't the right one. Well, shoot. Oh, I know where it'll be. Hold on a minute. I know where a picture will be. I sent a picture to Denise, and I sent one to my son. So, I don't know, can you see that? So, when Denise is talking about the boxes, she's the circles. See the little circles? I just cut out stitch circles. And then I cut out smaller stitch circles for the numbers. She's cutting out actual doilies to go on her boxes. And I didn't do the houses that go with it. And I glued all my boxes together just to make one big thing and put some trees on top. These trees are cool, but let me tell you what. I might make some trees today. I don't know. But anyway, that's when Denise is in the chat talking about boxes. These are the boxes she's talking about. Might make one today and show y'all how, if you're interested Denise already knows, so if other people are interested in it, let me know in the comments here, and I will. And I'll let you know. All right, we need a frame. We're going to cut out that reindeer sleigh rides, and we're going to make a little ornament with it. And I'm trying to think, do I want this to be the frame? No, I don't think so. Oh, no. The one that... You see this design right here? Which is this design? See, I've only got one sheet of the paper. That's the thing, when you don't have the file to print them, you're just only stuck with the one you have. So, like, for me to use this with this, I can't for the frame size because I need the majority of this paper to make the frame. So that's not going to work. So do I want that one with it? I don't think I like the buffalo check with it as much as I like that plaid. You're just going to stop it. Just stop, because you're not coming over here. It's hot over here. No, you lay down and be good. You want to get on the floor? You're not sitting in my chair. I'm not putting you in my chair. She's like, yes, you will, Mommy. Hang on, y'all. Little Miss Princess is winning today again. She's winning like she does every day. She's winning like she does every day. Why do you want to sit right next to me? Why do you got to be right on top of me? It's going to be hot in the chair. All right. I don't know why you want to be where I'm at exactly. You're right there where you can see me. I love you too, but you know, you don't have to be in my chair with me. I know you do. You crazy little girl. You crazy, sweet, wonderful little girl. Brat. You brat. You're a brat. You're a pretty brat. Guys, maybe... What color frame, guys? Help me. So we got this one that I think would be okay. Not my first pick. Maybe just a red one, huh? Since we got all the black outline. Help me, Rhonda. Oh, wait. What about black and white? That's green and white. No, I don't like the green and white with that. Help me, Rhonda. Help me get her out of my heart. What about this one? I know a lot of people love these leaves and stuff, and they're pretty. But I don't mind cutting them apart. I think maybe I'll do this one. The one I couldn't really see the design on. Alright. Let me move the rest of these papers out of the way. Because we're going to walk through and make a frame. And we're going to make it I want to make it a shaker. I pulled out the acetate and everything to do it too. I pulled out the shaker bits, the pretty Christmas shaker bits, and get settled in, get you something to snack on, get you something to drink if you're not crafting. If you're going to craft, get your craft stuff out, get it ready. Hit me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart. Alright, you're going to make sure you put these in the right way. Because even though the paper's 12 by 12, it's actually like 12 by a quarter or a half an inch because of these little extra tabs. So to get it back into your... You gotta make sure you got the right... going in the right direction or it won't fit in there. Oh, we'll do this after the live. I'm not going to fight with this right now. Not going to fight with it. You're building a card kit? Oh, that's cool. Alright, so this is the idea. We're going to make this frame, but we're going to have an acetate, and we're going to have some... Look, guys. I've got some little pretty Christmas shaker bits. See? I got those. I got snowflakes. We got some peppermint. We got some actually red and white peppermint. I got a little piece of a silver ribbon I found. And then I found some of the red and white twine. It's not quite bright white anymore because it's kind of old. I've had it since I think I've had this since 2017. Anyway, so that's the idea of what we're making today. And I probably need to go bigger so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Let's get all this junk out of the way. Move this completely out of the way. So, guys, I'm Mishap Linda. I am crafting Mishap Linda. Let me tell you what I did. You see the tape over my glue bottle? You see that? There used to be a little metal piece in here. And then you would put your pin and you would put this over that metal piece. But to clean it, I was using a pin to clean it. My pin got stuck. The ball on the tip came off. And as I was trying to get the pin that I stuck in there to clean it with out, the whole metal piece came out. So, yeah, now I don't have that. And I'm using what's left in here before I go to a different bottle. I gotta use a whole new bottle because Linda messed that one up. So, alrighty. So, let's get our... so this is what you need. You need something for a background, something to embellish. You need acetate, something to cover and make... I have more glue bottles, so it's not a big deal because one of my subscribers a year ago sent me a bunch of them. And you sent me some already. I have plenty more bottles. See? I just try not to use... I try to only use one at a time if I can help it. Yeah, I got plenty more. Anyway, you need something for a background or make a background. You're going to need a sheet of 12 by 12 to, actually an 8.5 by 11 would work too. But for the frame, alright, I have the instructions right here. So this is what we need. We need a piece of 8 by 10. So you can use 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So you're going to need an 8 by 10 paper for the frame part. And that's going to give us a 4 by 6 outer edge. Now, where did it go? That's going to give us a 4 by 6 outer edge. But the inside is only going to be 3 by 5. So it's going to be 3 by 5. Okay? But this is going to measure 6, and this is going to measure 4. So it's going to be 4 by 6. You can make them smaller too, but I was watching, I think it was Scrappy Crafts, and I finally learned the miter technique. Remember I was making these and I was having the little holes in here? Oh, do you? Yeah, I have some more up there that have different glues in them too, but the glue I love the best is my art glitter glue for my paper crafting. For my crafting. That and Eileen's tacky glue when I'm doing like thicker fabrics and things, but... Oh no, your microwave died? Oh no. That's awful. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Alright, so let's do this. So we need a scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, guys, you have a big trimmer like this, you can use this here to score with. If you have one of the ones that don't have a scoring tool, but you have a bone folder, you can score with that line. You can, if you don't have, for the big paper, if you don't have a big scoreboard, you can use one of these types of trimmers. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, For starters, I'm going to cut this paper down to 8 by 10. Every time I think I have everything organized, my brain says, no, you're not organized. You use tacky glue on card a lot. Oh. I like that this dries kind of quickly because, yeah, it gives me enough wiggle room, but then it grabs quickly. Barely Arts glue will give you a little bit longer for wiggly room. Eileen's tacky glue, that stuff takes way too long for, it's like there's too much time in between waiting for it to completely grab. All right, so we're going to cut this paper down to 8 by 10. So we're going to cut this down to 8. And that's going to leave that for us. And then we're going to cut this down to 10. And then we got this nice little strip, which if we wanted to make it something that stood up, we could make a thing on the back to make it stand up if you wanted to. But we're not going to right now. Put that over there so we don't lose it. And then we're going to cut our reindeer sleigh rides out. Oh, wait, maybe we should do It's the Most One. No, I like the reindeer sleigh rides. That's the one we're going to do. Get them scraps off there. All right, so I'm going to put my paper in here like this. And I'm going to line this up just like so. Because that should cut right in between all of these. Without cutting anything that I don't want cut off. There, perfect. All right. And then I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to cut this. I used to know what this strip, there's a name for this strip, and I used to know the name of it, but beyond my brain now. Zip strip or something like that. I forget what they called it. Anyway, there's a little bit of white on there still. I don't want no white, so I'm going to cut that one more time just to get that white off. Or not. It looks like... There we go. That's good enough. All right. These two pieces, this would be really cute for a tag on something if you wanted to tag it and get the little snowflake. But I'm only going to cut this one off right now. For now. And I'm going to come right where I think is in between the two of them. I need to clean my trimmer tray here. That's why it's grabbing my papers and stuff. I think I'm probably almost ready for a new trimmer because I've cut this thing. Yeah, anyway. All right, so we have our background that we're going to use. And we have our paper that we're going to make a frame for. And this is going to be framed out with a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to, yeah. Hang on. Hang on, Sloopy, hang on. You know what I didn't think of? All right. We're probably going to end up... All right. I didn't think about that part. But let's just make our frame with this, and then we'll go from there. I know you guys don't know what my brain is thinking, but anyway, so where did my instructions that I wrote down go? I wanted to make sure I told you guys exactly right. All right. So there's a trick to making a box that miters. Remember the box I made at, what was it, Memorial Day? And it had the... Here, let me show you. See how it had the holes showing? We don't want that. We want the mitered edge. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we're going to take it, and on the 10-inch side here, we're going to score it at a 1/2. We're going to score it at a half, and we're going to score it a couple times so that it folds easy for us. And then we're going to score it at 1, 1.5, and 2. And then we're going to come down here to the 8 mark. Oh, I need to bring y'all higher. Sorry. Sorry, y'all are going to have to come higher. And I can't really see what y'all are seeing. Can you see the top of my screen now? Alright, so we're going to come all the way to the 8-inch mark. And we're going to score it. And then we're going to score it 8.5. And we're going to score at 9. And then we're going to score it at 9.5. Okay. Then we're going to turn it. And we're going to come back over to the edge here. And we're going to score it at a half. See, she's sweating. She doesn't realize she didn't want to be up here as much as she thought she did. There's 8. There's a half. Then 1. Then 1.5. And 2. Then we're going to come all the way over to the number 7. No, we're going to come all the way over to the number 6. Come over to 6 right here. And we're going to score it at 6. I told you it was hot here. 6.5. 7. And 7.5. Okay. Then we're going to rotate it back to the long side here. And then we're going to come into the 2.5-inch mark. And we're going to score down to the second score line. Can y'all see what I'm talking about? So you see the score line 1, score line 2. We're going to come down to the second one right there. Right there. We're going to score it like that. Then we're going to come all the way over to the 7.5. You'll see. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to score it down to just the second score line. So at 7.5, we're going to score it to the second score line. Then we're going to flip it around. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come over to 2.5. We're going to score it down to that mark, to the second score line. Back to the 7.5 and go down to the 2 there, the second score line, okay? And we're going to come here. We're going to do the same thing on this end. Here, we're going to go 2.5 to the second line. This is going to be what makes our miter part. All right, then we're going to go 5.5 down to this, because we got our first one at 6, so we're going to go 1/2 inch before that. And we're going to go down to the second score line. And we're going to rotate it around to the other end, and we're going to do the same thing. 2.5 down to the second score line. 5.5 down to the second score line. Okay, so this is what our paper should look like. Can you see them lines real good? See all them fancy dancy lines? All right, and now we're going to start cutting paper. Now we're going to start the cutting. Get out your handy-dandy scissors, whichever scissors you prefer. Your big scissors, your little scissors, whatever scissors. I'm going to use these because... Hi, Sandy. How you doing? Did you have a good birthday the other day? I'm pretty sure you had a birthday. Didn't you just have a birthday? All right. We're going to cut on this score line right to that score line there. Do that over here too. All right. All right. Start here. We're going to cut this one. We're going to go in all the way to there. And then we're going to cut this one all the way in also, right? But then we're going to come up here. We're going to turn it back. And this score line right here, we're going to cut it to that score line. We're going to get rid of these 3 rows of little boxes that we have. So we're going to get rid of those 3 rows of boxes. Then this one here, we're going to get rid of these 3 boxes, but we're going to leave this one because it's going to be a tab. So we're going to come in and we're just going to snip that. Then we're going to take just a little bit of bulk out of there. So we're going to tab it, you know. Make just a little tiny thing so it's like a little tab. Okay. Then, do you see where we cut to here? Cut to there, right? Then this square right here, let me get mine. I'm going to do this with a gel pen so you can see. It was okay, cool. Hi, Ryan. All right, this box right here. So you cut this one to this score line. You cut that one up. So from this point to this point right here, you're going to cut that. Let's go ahead and do that on all these. We're going to make... So all the white lines are cut lines. If there's no white line, you don't cut it. See? I hope that didn't just confuse everybody. Anyway, so we're going to come along in here. And we're just going to, just like that, okay? So now if I follow these white lines, right? And I go cut there. Cut to there. Cut that away. Right? And cut that away. And we're going to come in here. We're going to cut this. And we're going to come at an angle. We're going to move our little flap out of the way so we don't cut it. I'm just going to cut that off at that angle. We're going to do the same thing right here. Come in. I'm just going to cut to an angle. Is that right? I think that's right. We'll find out. Alright, we're going to go like this, and we're going to do the same thing for all the corners. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to cut this line, and I'm going to cut all the way to there. And then, so I'm going to cut up 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to cut this one all the way down to that score line there, so I'm making a flap. And then I'm just going to angle that. Cut that. And then angle that. Okay. Okay. Cut to the second line. It might be easier if you just come in and do it like this. Cut there. Cut there. And cut this away. Cut that away. And then at an angle, cut that away. The angle. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing the angle there. Like, why does that look like that? Because it didn't have the angle cut. That's why. Because these did not have the angle. So we need the angles. Okay, so this is what our box should look like when we get done cutting all those pieces off. Hi, Ann. This is what our page should look like, okay? Now, we don't want this to be our frame. We want this to be the frame. So we need to fold it with this up. So, which is good because when we scored, we pushed in on this side, and that's the side it's pushed up. It should fold easier for us. So we're going to score all our lines. Go around and do all our lines here. Okay, we're going to... Oh, that was something else I didn't do. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to tab those, but it'll take a little bit of the bulk out. Be careful that you don't cut the tab off. I mean, if you cut it off, it's not going to... It's going to... I don't know what it's going to do if you cut it off. She had a great time, but she missed her craft room. All right. So we're going to get all our score lines folded. Get our tabs folded so that we have them. I'll tell you what, guys. All that folding I did for that advent calendar yesterday, my knuckle, this knuckle right here is literally swollen. You can barely see the lines from my knuckles. It's like... Alright. You might have to fold it back first and then fold it forward if it makes it easier for you. But make sure you score it good. Make sure you score it down good. So that way, when you fold it up, it holds well. Okay? Alright, sometimes they want to go the other way than what they should. And that's okay. Sometimes I don't score deep enough, I guess. Alright. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way. Yeah. If you go both ways and then back to the direction you want it to go, you just work the paper that way. There we go. Tab, tab, tab. Okay, I got 4 tabs. All right, now we're going to do this one. You know, usually it folds easier when you do it on the opposite side that you actually did the scoring on, but this one's not doing that. So we're going to go back and then come forward. Because I don't want to fight with paper any more than I have to. So, oh by golly, what a holly jelly. I need a flap. I need a flap. I need a flap. I need a flap. I need a flap, flap, flap. Who was the other one? I need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap. That's what Denise was singing yesterday. In the craft room, the mighty craft room, I need a flaps tonight. There was somebody else that we were joining with her. What was the other thing? I need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap. Instead of a Weema web, if I need a flap, I need a flap. Listening as starting to cook food, have something in chips and a homemade curry. No, that's nice. I had egg salad sandwich today. I can't remember either. Don't talk food. I don't want to be hungry. Lee. Pie and chips. I'm assuming chips is French fries from where you're at. Because chips for us are like Lay's potato chips. It's like, I don't think that's what you mean by that. All right. Now this is where, listen. You can use double-sided tape or you can use glue. I'm going to attempt to do this with double-sided tape today. Scott! Just had a ham and cheese sandwich. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Come November 26th, I'm going to be tired of eggs. That's all I'm going to say. So put it close to the edge. Don't put it close to the score line. Put it close to this edge. And you can put it all the way up to the score line if you want, but make sure you get it close to that edge, because you want it to get into the corner area. And I'm going to just go ahead and double it up because... Alright, so if you have double-sided tape, otherwise just use your glue. Alright, and then we'll put... The glue will grab... The tape will grab faster than the glue. And guys, if you struggle with issues with your hands and you want an easy way to rip your tape, just take a block and just, well, the tape has to stick to the actual paper. I don't want it on my score line there, though. All right, take that piece off because it's not grabbing the way it should. Just get rid of that whole piece. Get out of here, piece of tape. You're not doing what I want. We're just going to put a little piece like that. I don't want it to be on my score line. I'm just going to come right here and you cut it with scissors. But you could, if you don't have the scissors and you struggle with your tear tape, use a block. What does that say on there? I need to figure out what stamp set those go to. Okay. Yeah, come the 26th. I'm going to eat me a good meal. Good meal. I might even go out of the house and eat. Oh. Yeah, I might. No, it's not that I'm not eating good meals. It's just, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. All right, guys, we are putting tape along the edges. If you have glue, put glue. Glue would be faster to get it down, but I want to make sure it grabs real good. Look, I didn't put... I'm going to put a second piece on here. Make sure you're on that side of the score line. Don't go over the score line, because this is going to be a side on your box that you don't want things to stick to. I don't know why my phone's making them noises. I thought I put on Don't Disturb, but I guess not. Alright, we'll be done adding this tape in a minute. Tape is way more time consuming than glue, guys. Alright, we're almost there. I'll try to go as close to the edge of your project as you can. I forgot about that part. I don't know if I'm on the edge on these. That's not scissors, Linda. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the craft room, the messy craft room, the crafters craft all right. Hey, I need a flap, I need a flappy. Yeah, you crack me up. Need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap, I need a flap. Sounds like I'm saying Anita instead of I need a. All right, now, burnish down your tape real good before you peel all your thingies up. There was somewhere else I needed to. Guys, I put that tape in the wrong spot. I did it on both sides. I put that tape in the wrong spot. Okay, I don't know where my... That's in the wrong spot. Yeah, I think we were. Do you realize yesterday I put in a total of like 12 or 13 hours of craft time? Aside, you know, out of... So that was like whatever plus more than the 8 hours we did. Okay. All right. Guys, you see what I just did? All right, I need my pokey tool. I gotta try to get that off there. That's what happens when you don't pay close attention. All right, those tweezers have a funky end on them. Don't want those tweezers. Try these tweezers. See if I can get these up without... All right, it's not going to work. Where's my pokey tool? Here, pokey tool. A pokey tool, I need you. Do, 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 do. I don't know where my pokey tool is, guys. I found it. I found my pokey tool. Every time It's okay. If you need the rest to snooze away. I put this tape in the wrong spot. Can I get it off without ruining my paper? Oh, it's ripping my paper. Oh, that one's off. It's going to rip my paper. I don't want to do that. So, I'm going to leave that on there. And I'm just going to put glue on these parts. I'm not going to play with that. And we'll... Here, this is what we'll do. Alright, see how that tape is showing? This tape shouldn't be in this spot here. They should be on the end, not on the second one there. That's my wall. That's my inside wall of my frame. It's okay, Margot. We all need to snooze now and then. I do a lot of snoozing. Before I remove these, I'm going to go over the one that I just did with my anti-static powder. That'll keep anything from sticking to it. And because it's just for me. Now, if I was making this for somebody else, I would start all over. But because it's just for our showing what we're doing. All right. Let's go ahead. I think there should be tape on one of these other sides, but I don't know where they should be. Oh my god, I did it on that side too, guys. I did it here wrong too. Oh my gosh. No better place to make screw-ups than on the internet for the entire world to see, huh? If you screw up when you're crafting, guess what? You're not alone. You ain't alone, baby. I'm right there with you. Messing it up the whole way. Is it great? Is it about time for your nap? Yeah, you gotta work tonight. All right. Anywhere that I don't have working tape this time, I'm gonna use glue on, because I'm not gonna sit and go through the process of that tape again, because I get annoyed when things take too long. I get very annoyed. I have no patience. It's like the longer I do this, the older I get, the less patience I have. So we were supposed to get more patience when we got older. I guess not. I guess that's why we have kids when we're younger, because that's when we have the most patience. I've never really been the greatest with patience, but I know some people keep saying, oh, you have great patience to do those craftings, but no, sometimes I get annoyed with this stuff too. All right. So, this seems to be the only one that has the tape and the tabs. So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it over. And that score line right there, we're going to put this edge right up to that, on this side, right up to the score line there. Right? And we're just going to fold that like that. And we're going to go like that. That way that grabs. Okay? And we're going to take this and we're going to line that up just like so. And then we're going to put glue. Hi, Vicky. Okay. If you doze off, sweet nappies. Sweet nap dreams. All right. And it will grab faster when you, use tape. But you guys see the mistakes you can make when you're using tape? So make sure that that bottom piece is all the way up to there. See how them corners are lining up? That tab, that sticky tab, that's why you put sticky on that tab. It helps keep that corner lined up properly. Get off of there. And then we'll put glue right here. Now guys, if you're like putting glue on and you're like, it's not grabbing, you might be putting too much glue. I have a tendency sometimes to do too much glue. All right, we're going to fold it up so that that line line's there. And we're going to tuck this in and we're going to bring this out. So that way it makes that wall, but that way we're lined up. I didn't do this on that other one, but you can always go like this too to help your glue grab. All right. That sticky tape, though, is helping us hold it in place. We got to put that tab in. We got to put this tab in too. So that tab has to go in. Get in there, tab. And then that tab So line that up, line that up, make sure you're all right, and then put your glue right here. Tuck it like this and roll it. Put it down so it's up in that corner. Tuck it in and line up your corners. Tuck it and line up your quarter. And let that glue grab. Let the glue grab. You know what, guys? I was like, I want to do the sleigh reindeer, but guess what? The sleigh reindeer is not the right size. We need an ornament that'll fit in our 3.5. Okay, this one, the tab didn't stick properly. Okay, that tab isn't sticking. Let's throw some glue in there. I don't know if glue's going in there or not. And then let's use our little pokey tool. Just kind of stick that there so that. There we go. There we go. All right. We need something that'll actually fit in here. I should have measured this and then to use this one. We need one that will actually fit our Santa's Workshop design. Well, shoot. I didn't measure that. That postcard might. Let's see. That postcard might. I'm just going to use scissors and cut it instead of my trimmer this time. I should probably just use the trimmer, but of course, you know. And if you're... Oh, it fits, but it's not. Okay, we can do that. I wish I had a wax seal. A wax seal would look good in there. Let's see if we got a sticker that would go good with that. Let's look at our stickers. I need to open up a window. I had the windows closed because it was chilly. But now it's, like, warm. And I need to open my window. Alright, let's see. I got the whole sticker pack here. And I'm thinking, what do I want to go with that? What do I want in there? Let's throw a gingerbread guy in there too. A weema whip, a weema whip, a weema whip, a weema. I don't know if he looks right there. Let's see. We could put ho 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 here. We can put the little gingerbread guy there. That's cute, right? Yep. All right, but we have to glue our postcard down first. So I said to myself, all right, we're gonna. Okie dokie. Pokey. I decided that I want this to be like that at an angle. Now, do I want this popped up? Because I think it would look cuter popped up in there. Nah, we're going to stick them down because we're going to have our things rolling around all over it. And then we're going to put our little gingerbread guy right here. Okay. Then, if you wanted to be done and you just wanted to set him up, you know, set it up or hang it on something, you could put just a string here and just hang it like that. Okay. Or you can make a, that's not the big one. Where'd the big one go? All right, you can make an easel. The way we're going to do an easel is we're going to fold it back. And we're going to fold it forward. And we're going to take this end. And we're going to fold this forward like that. And then we're just going to fold these two ends together like this. And we're going to go like that. And then we're going to put glue right here. I'm just going to glue that together. Like so. And then we got our little easel for the back of the thingamajigger. I don't know what y'all can see. I can't. Okay. And then I'm not going to glue it to this because, yeah, I'm going to do shakers. But I wanted to show, if you wanted it to stand, then, because this has, just, you would glue this like this on the back. Just glue that flat down. Which we can do that. We can still do the shaker part. Because we can hang it, or we can just set it on the table instead of hanging it on a tree. But yeah, I'm going to cut a piece of acetate. We're going to make it a shaker. We're going to add a couple more things to our Christmas thingy. Right, I'm going to line this up right here with the bottom. Oop. Don't flatten it. Like that. The heck is mine? I'm just going to take this and go right along like that. Alright. And then that will sit just like that. That'll hold your project up. See? Just easy peasy like that. If you need to, you can stop. When you're watching the replay, you can stop, rewind it, and it's easy peasy, guys, to do that. Alright. Now, what we want this to be a shaker. We want a shaker. So we need a piece of, so that's what I was thinking. I should have made a frame, but I didn't. So I said to myself, we need a piece that is 4 by 6. That's what that should measure. Let's just double check. Yes, our frame is 4 by 6. So we're going to cut a piece of 4 by 6 acetate. And because I'm using 12 by 12, I'm going to use my big trimmer here. Because it's 12 by 12, I'm going to just automatically cut it down to 6.5. Get this piece out of the way. And then we're going to take a piece of 4-inch. I'm going to cut this down to 4. If it's a little bit shy of 4, it'll be okay. because you don't want it to hang over the edge. So if it's a tiny bit under, that's okay, but not a lot under, because you don't want it to be on the inside. You want it to, okay. So there we go. We've got a piece of 4x6 acetate. Now, glue is going to show through. So we're going to, I don't know if this tape is going to show through or not, but we're going to use this double-sided tape. And double check your acetates in case they have like a film. I don't think this one has a film. I don't think this kind has a film. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if there's a film on there or not. I can't tell. Anyway. You should have cleaner fingers than what I have when you're playing with your, when you're using your acetate. I'm looking for the... Alright. And I'm just going to take this tape. I'm just going to line it right up here on the edge. If you make a frame for this, guys, then, you know, a frame to go over it, you can make some really cute, if you have scallop dies, and like for 5x7 cards, you could probably make a really cute frame to go around this. If you have a Cricut, you can make one too. The opening in the middle only needs to be 3x5. The outer edge needs to measure 4x6. Let's see if I had like little gingerbread people. I could put them in there too. Fold that over like that. That one. It's hard. I need to pull out that white mat that Denise gave me because, well, it's hard to see some of this stuff on the black. I don't know. Would it be easier to see on the... I don't know. I don't think that clear would be easier to see. All right. So now we're just going to fold that piece over like so. And we're going to wrap the edge of that tape that's sticking off. We're going to make sure it's on there. And we're going to put this right here like so. So I said to myself, okay, make sure you're on the acetate, Linda, not hanging off. I want to make sure that all the corners are sealed good. Danny, hi. Did I say hi? Have you been in here? Have I missed saying hello to you? I don't know. Did you just come in? I don't know. Did you work today? So, Scott, are you still in here? I have a question for you if you are. I have inquiring minds. Kind of want to know something. Oh, you had an allergy appointment. Okay. You probably said that and I probably missed it. You probably told me that 5 times already and my brain doesn't retain things like it should. All right. Now, if you notice, I only peeled back a little part here because tape has a tendency to grab quick. And I'll explain that in a minute. But let's put some shaker bits and peppermints and some yummies in here. Open up your bag, Linda, and put in some peppermints. If you have peppermint sticks, that'd be cute too. All right, we got some peppermints in there now. And we're going to add some little red beads. Where'd they go? Where'd my red beads go? Here they are. Vicky saying hi to everybody. Everybody in the... And we're going to... make it shiny. We're going to throw some snowflakes in it too. Ooh, if you had little hot cocoa cups, that would be cute in here too. I'm going to throw in some little snowflakes. And then there's no green. But there's no green in my project, so I probably don't really need green, huh? Do I need green? To see it, you can go like that. And just shake it, you go like that. I think we're going to put more snowflakes. I love how the snowflakes pick up the red color. Kind of pinkish, and because they're that iridescent, these are old. I've had these for a few years now. I got them from Close to My Heart, little snowflakes. Got them a few years ago. All right, let's see. I think that's all I have up here. I had some little black and white, look like snow caps, but I didn't bring them over because I was like, no, that's not really Christmassy. So, all right, now what we're going to do is these corners that we have these peeled off. Okay, that's not. All right, we'll start with this corner. We got the tab, the thing sticking out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your frame, right? Shake your... Anyway, we're going to put it right up in that corner. And we're going to make sure this is all lined up. Right in the corner. Because it should measure exactly the same. It's going to help keep our frame together too if it stays where it's supposed to. Okay, wait a minute. Something's not lined up right. Something's not lining up correctly. I mean, you can always trim, but you want to make sure you got that tape there. Why is my frame? All right, we're just going to pull. We're pulling the tape. Get back over there. Oh. All right, so the tape shows up too, but not as bad as the glue would. So there we go. We got that tape down. I'm going to peel that off of there like that. And oh, I'm hanging over the edge right there. I didn't want to hang over the edge, but it's okay. It's all right. Burnish it enough, you almost lose sight of the tape better than you would the glue. But that's when things like this come in handy. That you decorate the outside of your frame now. And covers up some of that, takes away from it. Like we'll put presents on this side over here. Bill gave out a gift membership and it went to him. He got a membership to his own. This is how it went. Intro, casino, 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 after party, new outro. Shake, 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 shake your frame. Oh, okay. That's why you missed Vicky's this morning. I kind of dozed off. I'm sorry, Vicky, but I kind of dozed off during yours. That's why I got... Yeah, you... Oh, you go back December 1st? I thought it was like the 15th, but oh, okay, the 1st for the procedure. Okay. And then you could... I mean, there's so many things you could do. Let's see. We want our frame to be cool looking. But we want to use some of these for other things too. Put that there. We want to kind of hide the ugly tape. So we'll just put snowflakes everywhere, man. We'll put snowflakes everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. And see, the thing is even though it's a frame, the acetate will hold it so it'll look like it's floating. But I want to cover that corner real good. So I'm going to cover that corner real good. And then I can just come along and trim it off if I want. Or I can take some of this let's go like that, and that'll keep it from being sticky. Just make sure you got this stuck down real good first, and then that way nothing will stick to it. Imagine if you had like little tiny lights up there and it lit up. That would be so cool, right? So shake, shake, shake. Shake your ornament. I mean, you can make this an ornament or you can just make it sit up like that. I'm not done. I'm not done playing. Sorry, y'all. Thank you for hanging with me. There's so many ones we can do. Oh, look. We could put bells. How the bells toll. We could put the bells right here, too. No, they're kind of... We don't have a Santa. Take that off there. Put that back over here. We need a Santa. Because we have a postcard that says, Dear Santa, please leave presents. We got the presents. Now we need Santa. Wish I had a smaller Santa that was not inside of a frame of any kind. No, I don't like him. I mean, I like him, but just not for that. I like Santa. I just don't like him for that. Let's try this little Santa on the side. Okay, I think I like that one better. I don't want it right on top of my snowflake, though. Well, here, we'll put it behind the snowflake. There we go. So we got we got 6 ho-ho-hos. We got 6 hoes in this card. See, I can still see that tape. That bugs me. The tape bugs me. I want to get rid of as much of the tape showing as we can. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Okay, I think I'm just going a little overboard now. Oh, wait. Is there another one? Is there another? Okay, I think that's a little much there, but shake, 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 shake your holiday decor, shake your holiday decor. So if you wanted to hang it like on a tree, you just add, that's what I didn't do. I didn't put a bow on it. We could have done that. We could, look, we could have just, Linda, you gotta start thinking more. We can still add that because these are stickers and we can always re-glue them if we need to. We can always re-glue them. We're going to put glue down this time though. Sorry, I'm quiet. My brain is like, I'm in craft mode, guys. Okay, that just pulled away from there. Get back over there in that corner. That didn't end up where I wanted it to. So anyway. Anyway, you guys get the gist of what I'm doing? You guys get the gist? You get the, do you want to make ornaments now? Do you want to craft now? Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes, Linda, we want to craft. Who wants to craft? We want to craft. I hear it. The walls are saying they want to craft. Everybody wants to craft. Everybody in the house wants to craft. Yep. Every human being in this house right now wants to craft. Oh, every human being in this house right now is crafting and on camera with you. Trixie even wants to craft. I can't come to the craft table without her. So there we go, guys. I think that's like... You can't even see my gingerbread. Well, you can when you go like that. It's almost like one of those surprise things. What's over here? What's over there? Can you? Oh, you can do that if you have the little things to do it. You could turn this into, remember them things that's like, can you find the thing and you twist it and there's all the beads and all kinds of things in it and you had to find like the little bitty hot dog and the little, you guys could do that like with Christmas things. You know? You know what I mean, Sam? I don't know who the heck Sam. Who's Sam? I don't know who Sam is. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Right? You guys want to see how to make a box for that advent calendar? It's really simple. It's really, really easy. You only need a 6x6 and a 3x3. Let's make the box real fast. So this was I was going to make a frame for my postcard, but my measurements didn't turn out right. So I got to refigure my measurements. But so this is the idea of what. But let's make a box. And then if you want to make an advent calendar, you just make 25 of them. I'm only going to make one because I already made 25 yesterday. And my knuckle says, ow. And then, you want me to show you how to make a paper Christmas tree? I'll show you how to do that too. Let's do that. Let's make a box and a paper Christmas tree. Let's set that aside. All right. So, let's make us a pretty box. And let's use... we'll use this green paper for the door. So we'll cut a 3x3 out of that. And then... actually, we cut the 3x3 out of that. We'll cut 6x6 out of this. Because when you have 12x12 paper, you can get 4 6x6 sheets. Yes, you can. Yep. Okay, project 2, guys. Y'all ready? This is going to be quick, easy. Easy peasy breezy. We're going to cut this down to 6 inches. Because that's going to be half. Pay attention to your patterns. If you're using pattern, well, I guess you should pay attention to your patterns if you're using a pattern paper. But this pattern doesn't matter which way it goes. It's always, because it's, yeah. I love gingham. Don't y'all love gingham? All right, so we're going to cut this down 6 to 6. The ants go marching 6x6. Hurrah, hurrah. All right, we got a 6x6. Now we need a piece of 3x3. So I'm going to cut this down 3 inches off of here. And if you wanted the pattern for May's Advent Calendar, I'll share it in the link. Me and Denise were going to do it live together, which after we got done, we're like, ooh, good thing that wasn't live, because that would have been an 8-hour live. I know y'all wouldn't have hung out with us for no 8 hours. Anyway, so you got 3 by 3. This is for the box. Then we're going to need a piece of 6x6 for the tree. This one's hard. This one, you may have to go to May to learn. Because May is where I learned it. I'll have to look up and... I'm showing you what May showed us. The video is from like 6 years ago. It's one of her advent calendars from 6 years ago, I think. All right, so I got a piece that's 6x6. That's for the Christmas tree. All right, so we're going to put the Christmas tree one aside. First, we're going to make our box. So we're going to get our scoreboard. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Okay, you got a piece of 6x6. And you're going to score it at 2. I did 25 of these. I know them by heart now. 2x4. Yeah, it's a 2x4. Then you're going to rotate the paper 1 turn. And you're going to do 2x4 again. 2x4. Okay. Okay. That's it for that, for the box part. That's all the scoring. Now for the 3x3 paper, we're going to go in a 1/2 inch all the way around. So we're going to go into 2.5 from the 3 inch. We're going to go 2.5. And we're going to rotate it. And we're going to go 2.5. Because if a 1/2 more would bring us to the end of the paper, and that would be 3. So 1/2. And we're going to rotate it. Go in a 1/2 inch. And then rotate it. And go 1.5 inch. Sandy, if you're still here, you probably made this. You follow Mamie, I'm pretty sure, don't you? Aren't you a made it also? Margot, do you follow Mamie? Everybody should follow Mamie. Everybody calls Jennifer McGuire the goat, which she is for some things. Mamie's a goat. With the 3D crafting and the paper purses and the... Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our score lines. Because it's just easier to do this if you do it before. You cut. And make sure your lines are... I'm going to do that on every single score line. Like you need someone else to watch. You know what? When I go through these phases, these ups and downs and stuff. And when I go through some of my lowers, I can watch Mamie and it pulls me out. If I'm going through a crafting funk, I can watch a bunch of Mamie videos, and the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I gotta try that. And it's like, yeah. All right, so everything is all good like that. And then let's do this one too. Because like I said, it's just easier to score it when you can line up the edges like this. And all right, this is going to be, oh, we need a little circle too. I need a little circle. I forgot about that. I almost forgot that I need a circle. You almost forgot. All right, I need a circle. Hold on. Let me get a circle. I'm going to have to die cut a circle. Just a little circle. Doesn't need to be big. Oh no, where'd you go? Yeah, that little tiny circle. It is like a 3/4 of an inch circle. That's what that is. 3/4 of an inch. 0.75 if you're using a Cricut. I haven't. And we're just going to come over here. And because we're doing green, we're just going to stick with the green. But I'm going to come over here to these little green slots instead of my bigger strips, which is a different shade of green. And it'll be okay though, because it's all green. Danny just saw what Vicky said about Bill gifting himself a membership. That's funny. That bar's funny. That's why I can't find my pink brush, because it's sitting over there. Alright, let's run this through the die cut machine and get us a circle. Nothing fancy, just a little circle. I mean, you can even use a little square if you want. It doesn't have to be a circle. But we're going to do like Mamie did it, because we're casing Mamie. We're making a Mamie box. And then we're going to make a Mamie tree. Alrighty. Yeah, that's who I learn a lot of the stuff from. I just have to go back with my circle so I don't lose it. Get back up there. Oh, I gotta open my window. Ooh, it's hot in here. It's not hot outside. It shouldn't be hot in here, but it is. Okay. So, we got our circle, we got our this, and we got our that. Let's start with this piece. So, do you see this corner piece right here? Do you see how this makes an X? Put it in your hand like that so it looks like a diamond. See how it makes an X? We're going to cut from this side to this side, right through the middle of that X. So just like this. Just like that. When we get done, this is going to look like the shape of a stop sign or something like that. I think that's what the stop sign looks like. Okay? It's not going to be perfect. You know, not perfect. None of us are perfect. Alright, now we're going to... There we go. Okay. So now we got a piece that looks like that. So we got 4 little flaps, right? Right. So set that aside with our circle. And then we're going to take this piece. This is the one you got to watch what you're doing. So we're going to take this and we're going to cut right here. Up to the score line. On the score line to the score line. Then we're going to take this piece right here. And we're going to remove a little bulk. So we're going to come along. We're just going to remove some bulk. Okay. And then we're going to rotate it. And we're going to do the same corner on the other. So not here because we don't want to cut that away. We want to leave it like a flap. Right here. Cut on the score line to the score line. Remove the bulk. This will be the easiest box, I think, ever. And then you can rotate and do the same thing. And you're just gonna, just like so. And then remove your bulk. Remove. My fingers don't want to work with me. Okay, and then you got one more to do. So, on the score line to the score line. Then remove the bulk. And removing the bulk, you're just cutting a tiny little wedge piece off the end of this piece. Alright, so now this is what you got your box base, you got your lid, and you got your little tab that's going to help you open and shut the lid. Alright. Now, you're going to glue these pieces together, but you're going to leave one flap at the end. You're not going to glue it. At least, not yet. So, and this is how I did this. So, lift it up here, because this is the inside of my box. So, I got my box starting like this. On the flat piece. Away from the edge, even though you would like glue to come all the way to the edge, because the glue bottle I'm using puts out a lot of glue. When it puts the glue out, when it lets the glue come out, it puts it out fast, big amounts. Okay, it's not going to do it now. It said, no, Linda, no, no, no. Everybody in. I need to get a new pin out. I need to just go ahead and switch. Hawaii! Hi! Where you been? What you been doing? You've been hiding on us. You've been eating all the popcorn and hiding on us. Y'all get your helmets out. Hawaii's in the house. Okay, that's not working. Let's use this pin and hope it doesn't. And poke it. Oh, I could do that with this. I forgot. Instead of that tape, I can just put this in there. There we go. Might be at the end of my glue, but I don't think so. All right, try it again. Play it again, Sam. Oh, look, now it's going to come out. I got an air vacuum in there now. All right, you see how it comes out fat? A lot of it? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my... And I'm just going to squish it around like that so it gets to the end of my paper here. And then I'm going to glue it down. And that's how I do it. That way it goes to the end of this paper, but it's not seeping out. Oh, now it doesn't want to come out. Because I want glue to come all the way for this to be glued really good. That's why I do that way. But I don't want glue seeping out because, look, I get glue all over my hands all the time. All right, so we're going to do this one. We're not going to do this one yet. We're only going to do this one. And then we'll do a new step. You don't have your helmet on. Hawaii. Supercalifragilistic. We need to start singing Christmas tunes. That's what we need to start singing. Joy to the world, the Lord is. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. Oh, that's not cool. Yuck. Yuck. Okay. Now we got this flap here, right? And we're going to glue it, but not right yet. We're going to add our lid. Now we're going to make a lid that you don't have to worry about losing the lid. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. All right, so we're going to lay this down. And we're going to put some glue right here. And then we're going to take our box with the opening, and we're going to put the opening towards the inside here like this. Just like this. We're going to lay this down. We're going to lay this piece under this score line. But we're going to try to line these corners up to the corners the best we can. And we're going to try to stay under the score line because we need it to fold up. There we go. Glue slipped out of its stick. Yep, it sure did. I'm catching. Danny, catch. Danny says she's catching. All right, so you got that glued like that. Now we're going to, if the glue will come out, we're going to put glue on this flap. And then we're just going to fold it along the top here. So that way it lines up. And we've got a little box with a lid. And then this little circle piece, only on half of it, you're going to put some glue. There we go. That's not enough. It probably is enough, but you know, I'm Linda. So you're going to take and you're going to put it like this, right here. That way it pokes out right here. You want it to poke out right there. Because what's going to happen is, this is going to be the handle that opens and shuts your, whoop, whoop. Scotty J's in the house. How's work going, Scotty? All right, so then you close your lid just like so. You got to train it. It doesn't like to stay closed. But if you're making a advent calendar, you don't want the lids to get lost, you know, if you've got kids, especially if you want to use it more than 1 year. But there you go. And then you make 25 of them. And you put little circles and numbers and stuff. And then you have them all lined up. And like, and I showed you the pic. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I did show you the picture, but let's show you again so you see what I'm talking about. Especially for those that might not have seen it. So like, see? It becomes a, say it's an advent calendar. And then you got your little thing right here, your little Dumaflachi that you open it up so they open out. Now I glued all the boxes together and I put the trees on top. And we're going to make this tree right here. Well, we'll make this tree and then we'll turn it into this tree. And then we'll be done. We'll have a tree on a box. And that'll be today's project. All right. And all right, while I have several of you here now, I want to make an announcement. Bowl crafting is schedule is going to be temporarily suspended, and it's going to be pop-up lives whenever Miss Denise can join me. So bowl crafting will not be scheduled for Wednesdays at 1 p.m. until Miss Denise has her hands full. Everything got a lot going on in her life right now. So when she's able to come on live, then we'll do it. All right. It's the show is like, we're going to do the show. It's not that we're not going to. We're just not going to have a set schedule. It's when Miss Denise is able to do it, then we're going to do it. You know, because like her brother's going to have chemotherapy appointments and, you know, urologist appointments and, you know, all kinds of appointments. So, and then she works and, you know, so, yeah. Right, exactly, Danny. So anyway, let's make the tree real quick. Let's see if this will hold our... I should have just stuck that in there last night instead of that other thing. Okay, let's see. The tree. We cut out the paper already. This one was tricky. This one is what really started my knuckle. But we're going to do it anyway because I want to show you guys. So, we're going to... Maymay says called it a hot dog. I'd never heard folding paper called a hot dog before, but she said fold it like a hot dog. So we're going to fold it like a hot dog. So that's over like that. You're going to do corner to corner, guys. All right. I'm just going to bring it like that. Then you're going to open it up. And you're going to fold it like a hot dog again the other direction. So corner to corner like this. You make the square rectangle. Okay, I think that moved. It's not going to work right if it moves on you, Linda. Okay. Then you're going to open it back up. Sometimes you sit and think, and sometimes you just sit. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do it over into a triangle fold. So we're going to line this point up to that point right there. Make sure those 2 points are together. And we'll pinch it in the middle. And then we'll score them out. And it should make them points pointy. Yeah, bull crafting will be pop-up lives until Miss Denise is capable of having a set schedule. All right. And then we're going to undo it, and we're going to do it again. And yeah, see how there's no score line right here? So now we're going to do it again so that we can get a score line there. And we're going to do this just like so. I said to myself, I want these lined up. I want the edges of the papers lined up as well as the points. There we go. And don't use if you make these, don't use really thick paper, because it's really hard to do it with this thicker paper. It's like if I'd have used like a lighter paper, it would have been, these would be a lot easier to make. All right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, my dad drives the rusty car. Okay, now open it up and turn it over. You see how you got this one line? See how these lines, it's poking up. It's wanting to make it tent up. Take these these corners, right? Push in the center. See how they're folding in like that? Bring them together. Right? Bring those 2 points together. Pinch these together like this so that way you can grab it, right? And then push this one in like that. And then lay it down and push that one in like that. And you should end up with a square. Should end up with a square. Okay. All right. Then you're going to take this corner. I'm going to try to keep your point as pointy as you can, but you're going to fold this over to the middle score line. I need to score that line good so we can see it. Okay. Anyway, we're going to fold this over to that score line right there. I'm just going to... She flattened hers out. I don't know, but anyway, there we go. It should go all the way up to it, but I didn't, and it's okay. I'm not perfect. We don't do perfect around here. All right. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to bring this... I'm going to open it though so I can see the line better. And I'm going to bring this all the way to that line. I'm going to try my best. There we go. That side looks better. All right. Then I'm going to do this one to the center also. Just like so. There we go. To the line. Bring it all the way to the line. Okay. And we're going to fold this one. Well, we got that folded like that. We're going to bring this over like that. We're going to do the same thing with this corner. I'm turning it around upside down because it's just easier for me to manipulate. So, see, remember it was like that? This corner has to come to the score line. I'm turning it this way because for me, it's easier. This is my top point. And this is that bottom piece. So, that point goes right to that score line. But these have to come. This has to line up with that score line. Don't go over it. I did that other one better. All right. All right, all right, all right. There we go. I just learned how to do these yesterday. And Denise did it better than me, the tree I'm about to make. All right. Then you're going to take this. While this is folded like this, right? And you're going to cut right across here. So I'm looking for my big bulky scissors, because I'm just going to cut this just like that. So that way that's flat like that, okay? Now, unfold it. Unfold it. Unfold it. Okay, there's a way to make this is where, you bear with me because this is where I mess up. This is kind of where I was messing up. I kept like because like trying to fold this is a little bit tricky, guys. This is like, gotta go watch Maymay to figure this one out, because I end up messing it all up, guys. It doesn't, it's like, all right, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. That should work for a tree. That should be folded right. Okay. See how that's like that? Because these two are going to be like this. And these two are going to be like this. And you put some glue right in here. Right? And you got a tree that goes like that. You got a Christmas tree that goes like that. You got to glue these center pieces in, though, to do that. But to do it the way Maymay did to get that cool tree, this is when it gets really, like, tricky, man. Yes, magic. Then you take one of these on this side and just come in. Don't go all the way to the score line. Do not cut through your score line. We're going to make a cut up. Hold on. I want you guys to be very understanding. Do not cut through your score line. We're going to cut 3 little lines. Like that. Okay? And I'm going to use my smaller scissors. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to cut just like that. Same here. Just like that. I mean, you can go in a little bit further. Just don't go to the... Just don't go through your score line. Okay. Then, this top one right here, this first one. Oh, wait. We got to do that to all of them now. So now we're going to use this as our template. So you see how we got that one lined up like that? We're going to come right here into the same slot. And we're going to do the same cut now. That way they all line up. That's our template. Okay. Fold it over like this. And I do the same thing on this one. Just where you cut on that other one. Okay, same thing here. We're going to cut right on our score line. We're not going to cut the score line. We're just going to cut on those cut lines that we just made. Might Linda make Hawaii a tree? Sure. Call this one yours. That is a really cute tree. Thank you, Margot. Okay. Then we're going to use this one that we just cut, and we're going to use it as a template for this one. Until we get all these cut. Don't cut. Okay, Linda. Make sure you're not cutting the score line, Linda. Follow, you're telling everybody else. Make sure you're following it too. Alrighty. Then we got this one. Okay. We're going to cut right there, right there, and right there. And we got one more, two more. We got two more to do. And they'll stick together, so you gotta pull them apart. After you cut them, when you cut them, they kind of get like stuck together. So get your branches pulled apart. Okay, use this one here as your template. Okay. These are adorable. If you had a little star to put on top, they're really cute. All right, we only got one more set to do here. This is why I only made 3 yesterday with them 25 boxes, because I only made 1 like this yesterday. And then I made 2 of the other kind where you didn't do all this, because this is like, phew. All right. I mean, you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but we're not doing that. We're going to do what she did. All right. We're going to take, not this first part, but this one right here. And we're just going to fold the tip over at an angle, so that way, right there, I'm just going to crease that. And we're going to do that to each one of these. And we're going to do that all the way around. Just right here. Just going to fold it over. It's like so. If you have dexterity issues, this is not the project for you. This is definitely hard for me and with my issues. All right, and you're going to fold it, and you're going to do it all the way around. I think you're only supposed to fold it to that line, but I folded it past the line. Oopsie. Oopsie. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. What is it? May says, we don't do perfect. I don't do, well, Linda don't do perfect either. There is no doing perfect. Okay. Danny, do you want some more glue? Danny says, no thank you, Hawaii. Yes, it is a lot of work for you. You can make it bigger too if you wanted to, but I mean, if you're going to put it in your living room, you know, and if you got time to kill, like me, then, well, I don't know about the pain in it, if it's worth the pain in the hands, but, you know, if you wanted to make a cool little village, you really wanted a lot of good detail, then this is how you can get it. Believe me, this will be the last one I probably make this season. I just wanted to show y'all how I did it. Okay, we're going to fold. And I just went around the whole thing and did them all in the same direction. I don't remember if May says to do them in a different direction or not. I'm telling you, this is like from 6 years ago. Am I double folding these? Is that why they're so thick? Why does that one feel thinner than the others? Am I accidentally making this harder on myself? Of course, probably. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's because I'm just not trying so bad hard to get it just right. Okay, I think I did them all. No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, no. All right, guys. Oh, no. I didn't do them all yet. Do you guys see the... It's a pretty little tree once it's done, but geez Louise. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm not going to worry about this being, like, lined up perfectly. These corners, I'm not going to... I don't care anymore if they line up just right. You guys get the idea. You're trying to make that a point and bring that so that you get your branch that comes down from the tree, you know? And your little... And that made it easier. Take your... If you have a fingernail, just kind of like... make yourself a little score line. I don't know why I didn't think about that sooner, because that's definitely way easier. Then you need not sit on it. I don't fit on a Hawaii glue on her chair. I'm almost done with my painting, Linda. When I'm done, I'll share my pic with you guys. Okay, cool. You just go into my group. You're in my group. Just go in there and everybody will love it. I know we will, because... All right, guys. There it is. There's our tree. Let's fluff it now. Let's glue the center too, just because, well... So what is the painting of, Danny? I don't think I've ever asked that, what the painting was of. So I'm going to put a little glob of glue inside there, right? And I'm just going to squeeze it together in the middle here. And then tap, tap. I don't know what that buzzing noise was. Yeah, I am. I will only post it on your Facebook page because I don't want Big Bro and Sis-in-law seeing it before I give it to flowers. And oh, okay. Well, he probably won't see it in my Facebook group. Okay, my Facebook page is public. They have me as a digital creator, so my actual Facebook page is public. I think our group is private, don't I have the group set to private? You know, like, so only people in the group can see stuff, I think. I don't know now. I think about it. There's our tree, guys. Look at our pretty tree. That was a lot of work for a tree, but... And if you had a little star you could put up top, that would be really cute. And you could put little snowflakes on it. You could decorate it. Do whatever you want. But... put a little bit of glue right here on top of this box. And set this tree right down in the middle, right there on it. And go, uh-oh, I didn't do that even, did I? Open your box up. Open that box up. Put your finger on the inside there. And then stick your tree down on there. Okay, it is private. There you go, Danny. So if he's not in the group, then he can't see it. And remind me, my group is called Linda Toman Creates, right? It's not Linda Toman Craft Along, right? It's Linda Toman Creates, right? I don't even know my own info. That's awful. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not super, super active in my group because when I was, nobody else was. So I was like, I got, you know, I'm like y'all. If there's nobody talking and nobody doing stuff, I get bored and I'm like, I don't think about checking it because I'm like, why? Nobody's in there. Ann will post sometimes. Danny will post sometimes. Once in a while, I'll post. Margot has posted a couple times, but that's pretty much it. It's like, and Denise a couple times. Melissa used to, but she hasn't in a while. And she won't because she's in Mexico, so I don't know. All right, so anyway, there's our box that we made with our Christmas tree, and that's for the Advent calendar. That you do 25. You don't have to do 25 of the trees. That's just like, say, box 1 and 20. I did 1, 10, and 25 with a tree. Only one of them has this kind of tree. The other two had the tree that was made before we folded these. Linda Toman Craft Along. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. I'm wiping sweat out of my eye. Hold on a minute. Okay. So, like, you make 25 of the boxes, right? And you make... Denise is doing little doilies. I just did little circles. And then you put a number on them. And you number your boxes. You can do 12. You don't have to do 25. You know, just for the 12 days of Christmas, you can just do 12 of them. You know? So, from, like, the 12th to the 24th. Leading up to Christmas, or the 12th to the 13th, from the 13th to the 25th, you know, whenever the 12 days of Christmas is. So, all right, guys. I'm going to get off here because I got to go drink some water. Oh, recap real fast. Hold on. I'm sorry. So, we made this box with the cute tree, which we got our little... Stay still. And we made this. So we made a shaker, we made a box, and we made a tree today. We did a lot of crafting in these 2 hours, 2.5 hours I'd been on. Because I came on at like 12:30 instead of 1 o'clock. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I so much appreciate it. Was busy, huh? So, remember, shake, 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 shake. Shake something, shake a something. Okay, you're going to ask Trixie to get it for yourself? Okay. She'll probably help you, Hawaii. She's a sweet girl. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your ornament or shake your house decor. So anyway, and it sits up like that. So if you came in late, that's what we did before we did the box and before we did the tree. And now it's time to sing. So long, farewell. Oh, it's hard to get out of the chair. Peace out. See you later, Gators. Shake your booty. Don't shake your booty. Oh, let's hope I don't fall out of the chair. Ow. So long, farewell. Yes, I'm sure. I think everybody says 2 hours is enough, Linda. Bye, guys.